Hey, friend. It's good to see you again. Welcome back to Calm. It's Carla Carrasco. And today's meditation and practice, we will be weaving in we have some interesting lunar and planetary energies happening. So, coming up this Tuesday, July 14th, we have a new moon that falls in the sign of Cancer. So when it falls in that, it has a lot to do with intuition and nurturing and our emotional safety and our home. So, and at the same time, as we were experiencing this new moon, we've been having this retrograde in a Mercury in retrograde. And that one also happens to fall in the same sign of Cancer. So retrogrades, just like the name, they have us go backwards a little bit in the sense of, um, revisiting old stories. In this particular case, old stories, old beliefs, old wounds, and uh, or old ideas around safety and security. So it really got me thinking, considering how interesting these planets. I'm dealing with some home things, actually, two really big ones in particular. I have a mobile home in California that has been on the market since last November and it's not budging. And one of the reasons why is completely out of my control. And then with the news about, almost 2 weeks ago of needing to look for a new place to live. So, home and safety has been a theme. And then in this last week, my distance sessions have been ramping up, which I'm so super grateful for. So, thank you if you were one of the ones who um, got to do one this past week. Um, but there was a theme, and I kept hearing people say things like, well, I'll be peaceful when this thing happens, or when such and such occurs, then I can relax and be okay, and as a facilitator, a subconscious somatic facilitator, I've trained my listening and hearing to pick up patterns and belief systems that people might not be aware of. And when people put their happiness or their safety or something of themselves into an outside situation, my brain's like, okay, that's not going to work. Because it's just so filled with uncertainty that it's like anything can change and rock our entire foundation. So it's so interesting that it's so easy in a way for me to pick up on others. And so by the third person where this happened, my brain was like, well, what am I doing that? Because I already have the knowing that these sessions aren't just for the individual, um, because we're all connected in some kind of way. So I started asking myself, where am I doing that? Where am I putting my safety and security into an outside source, which it's as I went down the rabbit hole, I realized it was a lot. So, yet also understanding that these programs and beliefs, when we put them outside of ourselves, they'll never truly work. They just won't. It'll just keep coming back to, try again, try again, and we keep getting these, what I like to think of as universal assignments. That's the nicest way to put them, to try again. Are you still going to put a part of yourself outside into a non stable situation? that program of putting our safety and survival into another person or situation stems from our youth when that program was actually valid. We had to rely on typically the individuals, our caregivers that were around us for our survival so that we could eat, so that we could have a home, clothes to be in, all these different things. So that program that stems from youth possibly worked for us in our youth because that was the choice we had. But the issue comes as we become adults and that program's no longer valid. And with all programs and beliefs, they do need to be upgraded. You know, maybe a different, like, simple analogy is like you're not wearing the same pants as you did in the second grade. You needed to upgrade and get new pants. Or even with your phone, phones are a prime example of if you don't do the upgrades, they stop working or they slow down or, like I said, completely stop working altogether. And so when I realized for my own self that I too was putting my sense of safety into situations outside of myself, I I just knew I needed an upgrade and a shift. And whenever I choose something outside of myself to determine if whether or not I'm going to feel safe, especially if it carries the potential for uncertainty or change, then I won't feel very safe at all for very long. I might get these glimpses, but then boom, here comes the next universal assignment, you know? So when I don't feel safe, what I am feeling is fear. Sometimes it'll also come out as anger, because anger is that big brother. So oftentimes, sometimes we're unable to even get to the fear because our big brother anger is rearing its head and getting angry at people, blaming things, blaming, it's to try and feel better, but that never works as well. So there was a moment where, I asked myself, like, well, how do I work with that? You know, and so another question arose of what is the one thing in my life that has never left me? And the answer was simple. It was me. I was there the day I was born. I was there through every single situation so far in this life. And I'll be here. This human little shell, will be here till the day I die. And everything else, everything else is going to come and go. People are going to come and go, experiences come and go, homes come and go, seasons, lessons, everything comes and goes. But the one solid thing that remains is myself. So, of course, this leads me down another rabbit hole. I've had a lot of, I've been very introverted in the last week and a half. So Carla loves a good rabbit hole. So I thought, with this theme of homes, what if I'm the home? What if I'm that safe place that I'm searching and putting outside of myself? How does that even work? What does that look like? And that phrase loaded into my awareness of coming home to myself. And what does that even mean, to come home to myself? So that's exactly what this meditation is going to explore. And I feel it's just touching on this subject of how to really choose yourself as the safe place to come back home to. because you truly are the only one who doesn't leave. Sometimes when we allow fear to take over, that's a sense of abandoning the self. But what I realized is because fear often stems from a program from our youth, or this idea that safety comes from outside of ourselves, and when it doesn't, it creates fear. And that program is from youth. I realized it's my inner child that is the squeaker, and it was an interesting visual that I had regarding my inner child, as if she was in the car with me. I'm the driver, she's the child. She's having a freak out because she doesn't know what's going to happen next, you know? And as the adult, I'm not just going to let the child drive the car, even if it was a teenager with a license. If they're freaking out and in fear, it's not safe for them to be driving the car. So I get to remain that stable character in my inner child's life. And that comes with practice. So, with that, let's get into our comfortable position. Again, whichever one feels the best for you today. It can be sitting up, laying down, reclined, whatever feels good. You can gently close your eyes, or if it feels better to slightly leave them open, just shift your gaze down to a fixed, unmoving point. Connecting with the breath, remembering to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose as best as possible, as that supports our nervous system in downshifting into calm, into balance. Feeling into that surface beneath you, whatever it is. Notice how it holds you and supports you. Every breath calming us further, creating more peace. Putting awareness on the face and releasing any tension around the eyes or the jaw. Awareness on the shoulders and neck, and releasing any tension simply by thinking, relax and release. Focusing on the chest, releasing any tension in the chest, in the solar plexus. Putting awareness on your hips and releasing any tension. Just by even thinking, release and relax. Scanning the body and noticing if there's anywhere else that would like to relax and release tension. We'll engage in our first breath pattern of a 5x5 resonant continuous breath, where you will inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds before repeating the pattern. So to prepare, let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the count, letting your own natural breath turn back on. And as I mentioned, the sign of Cancer is often associated with home. Yet life teaches us that homes change, relationships change, circumstances change, our own physical bodies change. And with so much change, what remains? Where is the solid home within you? Can you imagine becoming the one who never leaves yourself, the one who stays, the one who listens, the one who offers compassion, the one who returns again and again? Often we think of healing as getting rid of fear, yet fear is simply a part of us, and it's a part of us that's trying to protect us. We live in uncertain times. Many people are carrying fear, fear about finances, fear about health, fear about the future, fear about the people they love, fear about what comes next. And while we may not be able to control uncertainty, we can learn to cultivate safety within it. Like the analogy I brought up earlier about driving with your inner child in the car. So for a moment, imagine that you are driving your car with your fearful inner child beside you. Remember, The child is not driving the car. The child is simply sitting beside you. You notice the child is afraid. Perhaps this fear the child is experiencing has something to say. So you pull the car over. As you sit quietly with your inner child, let them express their fear. Remember, there's nothing to solve, nothing to fix, and nothing to figure out. You're simply going to notice what wants your attention. So for the next few breaths, we're going to let this fear speak and let it be heard. So I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath in and exhaling completely. Show or tell me what my inner child is afraid of. Allowing your child to say whatever it wished. Gently look at your inner child and tell them, "Thank you for sharing. I hear you. I'm not leaving." Let's just do that one more time because they were so vulnerable in their share that we want to let them know that we did hear them. So let's tune into the inner child and tell them, "Thank you for sharing. I hear you, and I'm not leaving." And let's engage in a box breath where we will inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 again before we repeat that pattern. So let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Release the count, allowing your own natural rhythmic breath to come back. Many of us learned that safety equaled certainty, knowing what would happen next, knowing who would stay, knowing that everything would work out according to plan. Yet, life rarely offers that kind of certainty. And still we continue. So perhaps true safety allows for uncertainty to be present. Perhaps true safety is knowing that no matter what arises, you will stay connected to yourself, that you can meet your experience with compassion. Perhaps true safety means that you can listen, that you can remain present, that you can return home. Home is not a place we find. Home is a relationship we build within ourselves. Breath by breath, choice by choice, and moment by moment. And as this new moon cycle begins, what would it feel like to become a safer place for yourself? To trust yourself a little more, to be able to stay with yourself a little longer, to remember that home has been within you all along. Your adult self remaining in the driver's seat, while your inner child is still in the car, turning to look at them with love and compassion, and letting them know, I'm not leaving. Let's, for one moment, tune in to this possibility that we are our safe place. And let's end this practice with a very calming 4 by 6 breath, where we will inhale for 4 seconds with a slight hold at the top of the inhale, and then exhale for 6 seconds with another little pause at the bottom of the exhale before repeating the pattern. So let's take a nice deep inhale in and exhaling completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Releasing the count. Coming back into your own physical body by moving around your ankles and your wrists and your head from side to side. Perhaps even giving yourself a nice stretch. Thanks, friend. Thanks for having this moment to come back to yourself, to begin building your home, your sense of safety and security, to have it be within your own self. And just know, if you need help, it's always a good idea to reach out to trusted people, therapists, friends, anyone, to get help and coming back to yourself. Oh, love you so, so much. Thank you for practicing with me today. And I sure do hope you have a wonderful week. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right. Take care, friends. Love you.